The Court and the Cultist. A very beautiful story and a topic I want you to listen. It's very short because I want to make it short so you don't consume much of your time. But give me favor to share the video and like it as a favor you give to me. God bless you as you do so. This topic, I only want you to learn a lesson from it. And the topic is the court and the cultist. Or you call it the court and the cult. A lady shared a beautiful story to us, and she wants us to narrate it for everybody to learn from it. The court. People will ask, there is court here. Maybe someone is going to the court. And there is cultist here. Maybe someone belongs to a cult. Yes, someone went to the court, and someone is a cultist in this story. A story of a young man, a vibrant young man who believes so much in his spiritual energy. You see what we are talking about, our spiritual energy. This young man believes so much. He's not a spiritualist, but he believes so much that human being is partly spiritual and partly physical. So he believes so much in his spiritual energy because he believed that spiritual control the physical part. So he believes so much, play or joke with his spiritual life. A cultist living in his compound. This young man is a landlord. He struggled a lot of hard work to build a house. And a tenant who wants to use people the way he wants become one of his tenants. Time for house rent. He said this man was doing well and he know he can pay. But the one want to exercise power with him. And he told him, he said, first of all, he began to see this young man, cultist, in his dream, every time fighting him. But he said, because I realized, or because I knew my spiritual life is powerful, that I don't joke with my spiritual life. So anytime he had dream and he saw this cultist man, he used to pray and use salt to pray surrounding his compound with spiritual welfare prayer. And he made it that every Friday, he make midnight prayers in his compound and tell people, you can join me and my family while we pray in the midnight house in front of the compound if you wish. But the cultist does not buy the idea of that midnight prayers. He told the landlord, this idea of this midnight prayer is not fair. I don't buy the idea. The landlord said, I will make sure the voice of everybody is too low so that nobody dare disturb you. But there must be prayer in this compound every Friday. If you like, you join. If you don't like, you can sleep. We will not disturb you because we are by the side of the other corner of the compound. This cultist never buy the idea. Time begin to come to make this story short so you will learn something from the story. Time begin to go. Midnight continues every Friday night. The man knowing his spiritual life, seeing this cultist in dream every time, there is something going on, issues, challenges in his compound. He began to pray more. That very year, the cultist told him in the dream, I'm not going to pay you this year. Do whatever you want to do. He woke up and he prayed to God and tell the universe, this house belongs to me. And every tenant, bless them to pay. He said he is very aware and sure that this cultist has money to pay. He said the time to pay passed 1 month over, 3 months over to 4 months. He decided to call the cultist and tell him, please can you pay me the house rent? Because your house rent have due since 4 months ago. The cultist said, I thought you are aware that I cannot pay this year house rent. And the man said, what makes you think I know? And the cultist said, I knew you know that I will not pay this year. The spiritual being said, really, but I come against it when I wake up, that you have to pay. unless you give me a tangible reason why you will not pay for this year. And the cultist said, the reason is because of whom he is. That is whom he was, that he will not pay. And the landlord said, I don't know, who are you? Tell me, who are you? Then we would negotiate if you are to pay or not. And the cultist said, you already knew me. Okay, time begin to go. The landlord, the spiritual being, begin to ask for his money for the house rent. And the cultist has to take this man's name, his pictures, the entire family pictures and names to their meeting, the cultist. The spiritual being, the landlord, saw it also in dream. He has to take this man to court. Here court comes in. Your question is, can court solve this problem? But I want you to know this. It's a spiritual court, not the physical court of government. The government you are seeing in this physical world. We are talking of spiritual court. The spiritual being gave a testimony how he entered his room, dropped a chairs, arranged the room as if it's a courtroom, and he called other spiritual beings. He called the universe, the Almighty, and give him chair in that courtroom, and said, "My Almighty Father, you are the judge between me and my tenant. Come and sit here. Holy Spirit, you are to look into this case and be my advocate while you represent me to Almighty. Sit here. I am here, your client, who brought in this case. I'm sitting. Here by the side is the name of my tenant, a cultist, who has taken me and my children to their altar just because he's owing me. Please judge us." And the man sat down and began to pray. And begin to pray. Judgment going on in the room. You must be a spiritual being in order to win. If you are low in the spirit, the negative energy and forces in this physical will turn you into something else. Mark out days that you will communicate to the universe. Use your midnight time very well. Use your spiritual energy because you are partly spiritual and physical. Do not throw this spiritual side apart and live a carnal life or physical life. The spiritual world, the people that belongs to that negative energy of the spiritual side will turn you to another thing. But if you manage your spiritual part of life very well, the physical part will be okay. Because spiritual control physical. The man was in the court. It's a spiritual court. He made the court. And they invite the Almighty, the Holy Spirit, angels. He became the client. And he made another seat for the other opponent, the cultist, to sit. Write his name. Drop it there. What happened? Judgment continues. He targeted the time that physical court used to close in this physical planet. That is the same time he bowed down to the judge and said, "I leave this matter with you. I'm waiting for the result." Court closed. The man prayed in the courtroom. 7 days. The cultists begin to cry in his room, "Leave me alone. Leave me alone." Nobody knows what is happening to the cultists. 7 days later, the family of the cultists have to come to pay the house rent to the landlord. And after paying it, the cultists disappear from the compound. If you are this landlord, cultists threatening you because a lot of things went on, the threat, the landlord was not afraid, but he went to his spiritual court. Your prayer life is important. It will help you to handle things. I don't want this video to be more than 10 minutes, so you don't consume much data. But what are you going to learn here? Learn to handle your matters. So we see victory become yours. Share this video. Drop your comments. God bless you. Join me in the next topic. Let's continue.